Welcome back to an episode of Ministry Truth. I'm your only host on this show. It is Wednesday morning. Hope everybody's having a great Wednesday morning. You know, it's just another day. Just don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. Well, we got some stuff we're going to go over today. I'm going to go turn on my fan right now because it's a little bit warm. It's about 80 degrees outside with a bunch of humidity. You know, the South. Gotta love the South. Anyway, you don't really gotta love it, but I do. So, we're going to talk about, obviously, chimping out. We got some people chimping out. You guys should expect that. And then we got some random shit. Some random shit. And a lot of it has to do with grooming. Grooming. Both home and abroad. We're going to get into that. But before we get into all that, ladies and gentlemen, have you had your cup of coffee yet this morning? Have you? I have. Actually, I finished it about an hour ago. And now, if you drink coffee, great. Go get you some coffee. Orange juice. I also finished a glass of orange juice right after the cup of coffee. Fresh squeezed orange juice. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. But you can drink it. Drink the fuck out of it. But if you don't do that, you get yourself some breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Or that's what I've been told, allegedly, in Minecraft. I don't believe it. Never have believed it. And I think I'm just different. But since I did finish my cup of coffee and my orange juice, it's time for a little product placement. Rain energy drinks. Rainbow sherbet. My top three. But if you don't like energy drinks, that sucks for you because I'm still going to drink this. And like I said, these energy drinks don't end up being energy drinks anymore at this point in my life. Because I used to go in Iraq and Afghanistan and drink 14 Rippets a day. They say that caffeine, nicotine, and hate is what fuels our military. I agree. I would have to say I agree. But not everybody go get your stuff because, I've been talking long enough. And, you guys probably are thirsty. You probably are hungry. Or you probably need to smoke. Or all the above. But we're going to go back. I think this song, I don't know when it came out, like right around the time I just got out of the military 7 years ago. But I like it. I don't know if you'll like it. I really don't care. But I gotta go set up Rumble. You gotta go get your drinks. And I'll see you in a little bit. Bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum.
This is the place, man.
Is it?
I'm not sure, man.
I think it is. Woo!
Party!
P-A-R-T-Y. Who is it?
Can I help you, boy?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, we're here for the party, man.
Oh, we're here for the party. Okay. That makes a difference.
What party?
The party that's going on inside. You hear the music?
The party? You know, the
The
party?
party, man.
I mean, I'm looking right at a party here.
Oh.
Disco, chicks.
Oh, that party. Come on in. Don't look at me like that.
Oh, right. You mean this party?
Yeah, the one that's going on behind you, bro.
We've been expecting you.
Then why'd you take so long? Don't smile at me like that. That's not the song. I think that song they're playing is Square Hammer. Maybe it is this song. Ready? Ready for it? Let's go. Come on, get the blood flowing. I know you guys want to hear the song, but YouTube's going to take the little bit out of it because I'm pretty sure this one can be played. It's just going to give me that warning, but we're going to continue. We're going to fight on. We're going to Charlie Mike.
You'll soon be hearing the chime, close to midnight. If I could turn back the time, I'd make all right. How can it end like this? There's a sting in the way you kiss me. Something within your eyes said it could be the last time.
It's over.
Just
Wanna be with you all
right. Just wanna be, I wanna be with you all night. It keeps on giving me chills, but I know now. I feel the closer we get to the last bow. I don't wanna end like this, but the sting in the way you kiss me. Something within your eyes said it could be the last time. For it's over. Just wanna be with you in the moonlight. Just wanna be, I wanna be with you all night. Just wanna be, I wanna be with you one last time in the ancient ride. Just wanna be, I wanna be with you all night.
Oh, devil. Is that the devil? Oh, God. Yo, where did he get that face paint? How the fuck did he suddenly get face paint? I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to get face paint just like that. I don't know how it would work with the beard. It might work because it'll make the beard dark if you think about it. Or I could cover the beard in red.
Just wanna be with you in the moonlight. Just wanna be with you all night. Just wanna be with you in the moonlight. Just wanna be with you all.
That was perfect timing. I just got the warning. This video may contain whatever. But I'm finished with it. So fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. But let's move on. Let's move on to Ohio. Ohio, where this company was supposed to help provide 1,200 new jobs to this community. It was built. However, I don't think it created 1,200 jobs for the community.
I'm in Sydney, Ohio, standing behind a factory that's owned by a Chinese-based company called Semcorp.
Semcorp.
Now, Semcorp claims to be manufacturing EV battery parts here in Ohio, but there's a catch. They're
What?
hiring foreign workers to help manufacture those products.
Did she say for or foreign? I think she meant foreign, guys.
Back in May of 2022, Semcorp announced that they were making a nearly $1 billion investment right here in Sydney, Ohio, but that never panned out. Many locals quickly became concerned about Semcorp's operations in Ohio after witnessing alleged employees being shuffled from the local airport to places like local motels or on-site living facilities. Now, the most concerning part in all of this was the fact that these were allegedly foreigners being brought in from the airport.
Allegedly in Minecraft.
I've received several photos from an Ohio resident who is deeply concerned about all of
I can
this.
see you,
The
motherfucker.
images appear to show Chinese nationals making their way to Sydney, Ohio. So I reached out to a federal source to see if they knew anything about this. And they did, in fact, confirm that SemCorp does employ Chinese nationals,
Oh.
and they're shuffling their way to
Are they
Ohio. SemCorp
legal?
recently filed for 9 I-129L petitions. Now, those forms are used for sponsoring a foreign national for temporary employment or training in the United States. Now, it's specifically for non-immigration visas. The news about SemCorp coming to Ohio was very exciting. That even
Non-immigrant
Governor
visas?
DeWine posted about how SemCorp was creating nearly 1,200.
Why would you bring in people with non-immigrant visas? So what you're saying is you're letting them come over here. You're letting them take our money. Well, not our money because it's technically not mine. But then letting them take it back to China.
Full-time jobs that would generate about $73 million in annual payroll. Now, because of that, the Ohio Tax Credit Authority approved a 2.095% 15-year job creation tax credit for the project. The only problem is it's been 4 years and they're nowhere near 1,200 jobs created. The worst part about it all is many of those positions are being filled by foreigners.
No
The
shit.
company
You don't
has
say.
job listings on several websites, and it
Why is it in
requires
Chinese?
candidates to speak Mandarin. Now, as per the agreement, SemCorp told the state of Ohio it would commit to creating those jobs that it never actually created. So Ohio's Department of Development tells me SemCorp never executed its tax credit agreement with the Department of Development. As a result, the Ohio Tax Credit Authority voted on June 1st, 2026 to cancel the tax credit. Because Ohio's job creation tax credit is a performance-based incentive, companies must meet specific commitments before receiving any benefit.
Yo, that's just like Iran. This is similar to what they're doing with Iran.
And an agreement must be executed. Without an agreement, SemCorp did not receive its tax credit. I also spoke with Barbara Dulworth, who is the City of Sydney's Community Development Director, who tells me SemCorp Manufacturing USA has an easy agreement for a different project on a different part of land. The City Council will consider terminating the easy agreement later this year due to non-performance. The proposed development construction was not completed with the project timeframe. I reached out to SemCorp regarding the jobs they've actually created, and, well, they didn't seem to get back to me.
Oh, they're not going to.
Why is our government allowing Chinese-owned companies to come here to Ohio, bring in foreign workers, and then take their profits back to China? It doesn't seem to make any sense, especially when you think about the fact that they're just creating competition for American-owned businesses who are hiring American-only workers. This needs to end.
I mean, that place, obviously, it'd prefer you to be Chinese and a non-immigrant. That's got to stop. 2% tax on their company. But I'm glad they got caught. So now they don't get that tax break. How's that going to hurt them? Nobody knows. I don't know. Time will tell. Because this was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Oh yes, I like this lady. She's basically saying that USAID is a scam. But wait, she's also the former African Union ambassador to the United States.
We need to understand the real reason why USAID is in Africa. Their sole purpose was to act as if they're coming to rescue Africa.
Yeah.
They're coming to fill in the gaps in government services, gaps in education, gaps in healthcare. They are coming in claiming that they're introducing grassroots initiatives that are going to help the people. And so they use that as a way to go into the most remote parts of Africa. They're talking about government advocacy. When you look at it on paper, it all looks really good. But they're actually
Her eyebrows aren't even real.
In sheep's clothing. They are using that open access sounding humanitarian to constantly destabilize governments. I can tell you right now, the majority of African leaders, and not just African leaders, but leaders in the developing world, are celebrating the exit of USAID.
Oh, is that true? Because we have a congressman named Ro Khanna claiming that it's killed millions of children when we cut off USAID. He claims that it could possibly pour 4.5 million children may have died because of USAID being cut. Africa doesn't believe that. I mean, you're going to stop giving them fucking vaccines as test dummies. Now the countries that are full of AIDS have to like think safer about who they fuck. Not getting more USAID money to help give their fucking AIDS medication. Fuck that. Fuck that. Speaking of free stuff. I hate when freeloaders try to compare them getting free shit. Oh, I know. Fuck, I fucked my train of thought. I forgot it. It'll come back to me in a second.
Oh, we always want free stuff. Yeah, it was white people who wanted free labor.
Huh?
But it was white people who wanted free labor.
It was actually a
So you
black
still
person
want
that
free
was the first slave owner in the United States of America. Look it up.
labor from others.
Mr. Anthony Johnson.
Still want free labor from others, but it's me who always wants free stuff. Oh.
Look at you. It's a typical fat bitch laying in her bed complaining.
Okay, make that make sense. Oh, we always want free stuff. Yeah, it was white people who wanted free labor. But it was white people who wanted free labor.
I don't know. It seems like the Democrats want free labor now with the illegals. I saw somebody, I don't know if it's going to come up today, that compared NBA or team owners. It was The View. They compared team owners to slave masters. And I'm like, holy fuck. If I could play for a team that's apparently slave owners and get paid millions of dollars, I'll gladly be one of those slaves for those team owners. Be paying me $1 million?
Thank God I ain't white. I could say nigga. Nigga, 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 yeah, I'm black. I could say nigga. Nigga, 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 nigga. Thank God I ain't.
I can say nigga, 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 nigga. Remember, I'm black. Do you need proof? I show receipts every time. Okay. Yo. So with this lady, I don't know if I don't feel bad for her. I honestly think she should have gotten fired. If you're an employee, you're a employee. If you're a cashier and you're not doing anything, do some help. Help around. But this dumb bitch complains the whole time while recording it and watching other people do what she was asked to do. So instead of fucking recording or cleaning the windows like they asked, this bitch sits there and records and complains. It's not my job description. Then you get fired. You should get fired.
Y'all, so I came into work today and I kid you not, I guess the store managers just walked in and he saw the doors or whatever and the windows talking about, hey, go get some spray and some paper towels and clean up the doors. I'm like, what do you mean? That's not my job description. He talking about go get the spray and some paper towels and go clean it up. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. That's Jeremiah's job. So he walked away and now he done brought, I don't want to show your face,
Right.
but he done brought another associate to come to me and bring me the glass cleaner and the paper. I've been told them, no, I don't want it. That's not my job.
I legitly want you to see how this lady is like really like with my broke back. You want me to do all that?
Your back's not broke. You're fucking fat. This old lady can do it, but you can't because your back is broke. No, bitch, you're fat.
Where my broke back? She had to do inside and outside. You see her? She getting it down, baby. Not me though. I'm surprised the bitch ain't go all the way up top where it says, "Thank you." Okay, thank you and thank you. Exit here, bitch.
I don't know. To me, it's your job. You should have at least a little bit of pride. And Walmart has pretty good benefits, don't they? Don't they, young lady? But your back is broke. I got fused vertebrae. I can do way more than that. But I don't know. It's counterproductive. And then she records an older white lady cleaning the windows. Is she above that? Hopefully the manager's like, you know what? This shit wants to go on social media. Find yourself a new job. Because it can happen. People have been fired for the same shit. And if you're on duty and you're recording on my watch, you best believe I'm going to cut your hours. And that was the store manager. Y'all ready for this?
You big and nasty. You're the one who had surgery. You still look like a you that
Yo, she's saying that this lady looks fat. The one that's holding the camera. Look at this bitch. Like, I'm not sure if I'm looking at the front or the back.
Zippic ain't working. I'm not on no Zippic. Oh, Zippic ain't working for you, baby. I'm parked right here. I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna give you the license plate as she drive away. As she drive away. No, you won't. Fat ass.
God damn, look at that bitch waddle.
Plates, big
Yo, it's like Danny DeVito's The Penguin.
ass. Oh, look at your big neck. Run, run. I want to see you run.
He is running.
Come on, run. Run. Come on, run.
Run, bitch.
Come on, run, fat ass. I can't see it. Run, fat ass.
He's tired.
Run, fat ass. I'm trying to wait for the back.
He's tired.
What do you want me to do?
Bye.
It's a Honda truck. Stop yelling at me. Hello, sir.
She know damn well that's the most walking her big ass undone in a long goddamn time, baby. She know that.
That's why her ass was tired. And she's trying to walk and talk on the phone at the same time. And then she's yelling. You know she had to go take a 30-minute nap just to recover from that. Oh, hey. Welcome to Arkansas. Jonesboro, I believe.
I'm the cameraman. Fair 101.
Oh, shit.
Damn! Damn! He sprayed his ass. He sprayed him.
You hear like they're fucking suffering, but the girl that was in the car just popped right out.
Oh,
that shit was sprayed inside the car.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, Arkansas. Whoa. What's going on here?
Oh my goodness.
Wait, are these red?
Hey, watch out for the barrel.
I think these are all white. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. You didn't put the car in park. You forgot to put the car in park. Hello?
Don't let that be that marrow. Don't let that be. It go down in the crazy JB, man. It go down in JB City, man. It's Bear Mason shit in my eyes.
Oh shit, what's he got? Nunchucks? Yeah, you a bitch. You a bitch. White people. Okay, there was one black guy. But majority of them were white. How the fuck do you pepper spray an entire car? I don't think it was just regular. It looked like it might have been bear mace or the big cans, which they do sell at Academy Sports here. All right, so this is Bernie Moreno in a confirmation hearing, and they're talking about, yeah, it's Jonesboro. And they're going to talk about, like, would you support a Nazi? Do you have any Nazi tattoos?
Do any of you have a Nazi tattoo?
Senator, as I mentioned yesterday, I do not have any tattoos, especially not a Nazi tattoo.
All right.
Mr. Kavanaugh?
Senator, I do not have any tattoos of that nature.
Cummings?
Do not have any tattoos, Senator.
Hamilton?
No.
Oh.
I have tattoos, but none of them are Nazi.
Have any of you ever said that women deserve to be raped and should take accountability for being intoxicated?
Senator, absolutely not.
No.
Okay, before we get into any further, he's talking about Graham Plattner from Maine.
No.
Senator, I've had family members sexually assaulted in very egregious ways, so absolutely not.
How about that black people don't tip well?
I mean,
Would that be in your background?
It's kind of true.
No, Senator.
No, sir.
Absolutely not.
No. Have any of you fantasized about raping men who broke into your homes?
Senator, absolutely not.
No, Senator.
No, sir.
No.
No. Have any of you fantasized about masturbating in public bathrooms?
All right, first of all, Moreno, he said it was a porta potty in Iraq. Completely different. Completely different. This one I have to push back on.
Senator, absolutely not.
No, Senator.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Well, I'm glad that you clarified that for us. I mean, you wouldn't be qualified to be the Democrat nominee for Senate in Maine, but certainly glad that we got those questions out of the way. And Mr. Hamilton, I ask you one last one, that the Democrat nominee for Senate in Maine that's been endorsed by Senate Democrats, what do you think about the idea that he called people who got killed in Afghanistan?
He asked the perfect guy. The guy that's about to answer the question is a former Navy SEAL.
Losers is somebody who served. How does that make you feel as somebody who was in the military?
Well, thank you for the question, Senator. As a combat veteran, former Navy SEAL, I've served with some amazing men and women overseas, some of the most incredible Americans. I take that with grave personal offense. I've lost friends who've been buried in that soil. I've had great Americans that I've worked with that I've had to save their lives for.
He misspoke. We do not bury American soldiers on foreign lands, such as Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan. For a while, I mean, we couldn't even be buried in Germany. Well, not that I would be, because of World War II.
I think it's a reprehensible statement that strikes at the very heart and nature
Why
of
the
American
American
character.
military was in France.
And if any of the people here that were looking to confirm for these positions had any of these things in their background, would you fault us for not voting for those people and disqualifying them right away, Mr. Hamilton, from just your position?
I would not support an individual with statements such as that, if I can speak on a personal matter, Senator.
Bernie Sanders, AOC, and a bunch of these other democratic socialists, which doesn't exist, they support Graham Plattner, who's every single question he asked is something Plattner has said or posted himself. But then he's like, I didn't do nothing bad. I covered it up. I mean, I said it. Didn't apologize for it, did you? Plattner, who's got combat tours and wherever the fuck you are as a Marine. You'd think you would be different. You think it would be different. Because it's a brotherhood. Whether it's a Marine, a sailor, airman. Well, that's about it. Those are 4 branches that matter. They're all your brother and sisters in arms. However, if it's a Air Force versus Army, Army versus Navy, Navy versus Marine, well, Navy and Marines are pretty much the same thing. The Navy owns the Marine Corps. If you ever look at the Marine Corps belongs to the Department of the Navy. So Marines are seamen. All right. Kansas City's Kansas public schools. This is Kansas City, Kansas public schools.
Whistleblower from inside Kansas City, Kansas public schools has released a video showing multiple school officials discussing strategies for pushing woke policies and allowing secret gender transitions for students without parental consent. Check it out.
Go back and have these be like Underground Railroad conversations, and we are more so doing them on a case-by-case basis and giving resources out on a case-by-case basis. So not stopping the work, just not making it so public. That's what we're doing now.
Everybody's kind of in the same garbled mess of figuring out where can we find the loopholes, where can we sneak things in, because I mean, our assessments are correct. You look at some of these lists of restricted language and it's like the entire progressive dictionary. What do we have left?
Additional audio.
I mean, if I remember right, you faggots fucking banned books in school of Mice and Men, Farewell to Arms, 1984, Animal Farm. Huh? Y'all did that. And none of it had to do with sexualization of children. Not a single one.
Recordings reveal school officials detailing how they changed their transgender policies to, quote, guidelines, which are not shared with parents or staff, all so they can hide woke practices from the public.
Just wanted to give you one more update on that transgender guideline, not a policy, that we do not have a transgender policy that you heard the last board meeting. We do have a guideline, and that guideline is an internal document that will not be shared out to the public.
I mean, as a parent of a student in these public schools, I would want to know what's on that document. That's my kid, not yours. You don't pay for their food, their housing, their clothes. You deal with them for what, 6-7 hours a day? Get the fuck out of here.
Is an internal document that will not be shared out to the public. It won't even be shared to staff members. Angela, Dr. Stubblefield.
So basically, it belongs to a small minority. Find that small minority group who gets this, fire them.
Greg Goheen are kind of the gatekeepers. Lisa knows a little bit about it as far as
Fire all of them
as well, but this won't be something that we just start to put out there for the system.
There is also footage of school staff talking about how kids are coming out to them as gay, with staff members then painting the parents as bad guys, and then asking if students want to keep it secret from their own parents.
I've had a student come out to me in one way or another, and the cutest one was this last kid who came out.
Whoa. You're saying your kids are cute? They're not your kids. You grooming fucks.
To me, and he goes, Dr. H, do you know what a homosexual is? And I go, yes, I do. He goes, I am one. And I was like,
that never
okay.
happened.
And I go, do you feel safe at home? Have you?
You know, when I hear these stories like this, they're so happy about it. Motherfucker, that shit never happened. And if it did, you should be fired. That's not free speech. That is not at all free speech. Then again, free speech is kind of jaded these days. Ask Jadion.
Who else have you told? He's like, you and, his best friend who was also in that class. And I go, are you going to be telling your parents anytime soon? And he's like, no, because his dad was a preacher.
This comes after the school's gender transition policies were exposed and the district was investigated by the Department of Education for Title IX violations. Kansas City, Kansas public schools is conspiring to violate federal laws, groom children, and hide crucial information about students from their parents. This school needs to be held accountable for their actions.
It's not just a school, though. It's the Kansas City, Kansas public schools. School board. These motherfuckers are hiding it. Not even staff knows. There's a small handful of fucking educators that know this policy. Why? Shouldn't the students know the policy? Shouldn't the staff know the policy? And for damn sure, the parents should know the policy. You're a public school. You receive public funding. All right. I went over this other guy maybe two or 3 days ago that was arrested for child porn and having kids DM him in private, kind of like Jeffrey Marsh. I know you guys hear me say that long, but he was probably one of the biggest ones who literally had a Patreon specifically for kids to subscribe, which means they were paying him so that they could talk about their sexuality without their parents knowing. Because Jeffrey Marsh is like, well, I can be a listener. I can be a father figure. No, motherfucker, you're a faggot that's grooming kids. And you're the kind of faggot that hides the shit. All in a, I'm just being a nice mentor. That's not a mentor. Not at all.
Drag superstar Anita Buffum will be appearing live at 8th Grade Supply Co. for Drag Queen Story Hour and Rock Painting Party presented by Kaz Pride. And I know what you're thinking. A drag queen reading to children? Newsflash! Drag queens are people...
This guy. This is the guy that went to jail or got arrested for child porn. Very big advocate in that area.
Too. And just like Julia Roberts when she portrays a hooker in one movie or a mother in another, she knows her audience. These are a few books that we have got so far from Free Little Libraries and Lesbian Syracuse. I want to know what you think, and I want to know if there's any that we definitely need to look at to read on Sunday. First up is No One Owns the Colors. This is by Gianna Davey with illustrations by Brenda Rodriguez. Let me tell you a quick little thing here. Pink or blue, scarlet or chartreuse, no color belongs to any gender or person or culture. Color is not something that can be right or wrong or better or worse. Colors are simply
Colors have meanings, especially when it comes to culture.
part of our natural world. Okay, to tell you, Story Hour starts at noon on Sunday with Anita Buffum, where she'll be reading a handful of books. We've also got the Free Little Libraries of CNY here with the Free Little Library for you to peruse. We've got Sidewalk Chalk. We've got Anita Buffum themed coloring book pages. And Lesbian Syracuse will be here with a bunch of rocks that they've primed. Leave it to the lesbians, where you will be able to paint rocks. It's an artistic expression day. It's going to be so much fun. And if you can't be here at noon because you don't live here, you got something else going on, well, guess what? You can go to kazpride.org and register for the 6:30 virtual book reading. Now, just because I'm showing you these books doesn't mean these books will definitely be read. I want to hear from you. What book is missing? What book do we absolutely have to include?
None. Let's include Animal Farm. I'll read it. Drag King. They have drag queens, so they have drag kings? Is that a thing? Oh, never mind. No kings. Why did I save this? That wasn't supposed to be saved. All right. So fear and propaganda are being spread big time by these fucking retarded white liberals who want you to be in a perpetual state of fear. So they make shit up in their head. And when you try to blame that for taking away from your family and their graduations, that's on you.
I'm at a middle school graduation, Portland. I'm not even going to mention which one. And instead
Well,
of
let's see. There's Portland, Maine, and Portland, Oregon. It could be one of those two.
being inside, I am outside doing a lap around the parking lot, making sure that there are no ICE vehicles around. Because if you think about the people who are inside taking risks to see their children graduate
It's
8th
middle
grade,
school, by the way.
and they're scared to be in there. And
Yo, bitch, you realize those kids are about to go to high school next year, right? You do realize that. And you think they're going to see a bunch of hate? Wait till they get to high school.
People who didn't even come. So I'm doing my best to make sure that people are safe.
Oh, Yeti, if you look at it, or Yeti, Zippity, if you look at it the same way as black people, that pretty much is close to what you said, except for them not being gay or drag queens. But they hate it when the other ones chimp out. Out of the 13%, there's 7% causing the majority of the crime. Why did I get this one? Nah. All right, give me a second. Switch back over. All right. So, a few things wrong with this video. I'm going to play it for, well, fuck, Salty's going to ruin it. I'll show you when it gets to that point. After I put it on the big screen.
Welcome to Ghetto Mythbusters, eh? I didn't know Netflix was putting this together. But here you go. Here's a melanated guy from Mythbusters, Jamie. Or Adam. Maybe it's the Asian dude. Who knows? But anyway, age-old question. Can you use a russet potato as a silencer? I think I could answer that. Before everything that's about to unfold over here, which seems like a lot of felonies, to be honest with you, before we even roll any of that, no, it's not going to work. I mean, it's just, it's a russet potato. Anyway, okay. Right then.
Dude, you can buy silencers now. Pretty sure you don't need the tax stamp anymore.
Okay. So here you've got Jamie, Jamal. You got
Jamiroquai.
Ghetto Buster Jamal. And he brought his kids with him. It's bring your tiny little daughters to let's test a potato on the end of a gun theory. Okay, all right. Well, listen, boys, this has got to be busted. All right, even in a Democrat-run hellscape like this over here. So he's applied the potato. What happened to?
They can't. Teachers don't know how to teach anymore. I don't know what they teach them in school. They turn them into activists. And it's rare to get a good teacher now.
It's like a quarter of the potato missing. Well, we got 3/5 of a potato here. That'll work. All right, and we've got a revolver with the serial number filed off. Oddly enough, this is much like me, a super duper pro 2A person. I'm sitting there going, I shouldn't need a serial number.
No.
Then again, I'm not committing felonies.
Oh,
with my guns. All right. I'm not almost taking out half my family while doing whatever the hell is happening over here in this video. There you go. There you go. Yep.
Motherfucker with a giant revolver. Got a little baby over here screaming out the window.
What is it?
Wait for it. I caught this as soon as it happened.
What?
Look at that. This motherfucker flashed his child.
What is it? What?
Look at that. Look where that fucking pistol's pointed. Look at the barrel of that pistol. Where is it pointed? Right at his kid's head. Right at his kid's fucking head.
What?
And it was funny. I was watching this video this morning, and I had just said what he's about to say, and my wife was laughing.
Wow.
Exactly.
Oh my
wow.
God. Oh my God. What is that? This poor kid. Oh. There's a whole bunch of dad jokes I could be making here, but man, I guess sometimes you're better off when dad is in jail, because he almost wipes out sister. Look at this. The kid's screaming, and he's like, what? And then the
That's
other kid
insane
runs
right
in, and he
That is
does that kid got a gun
fucking
too?
crazy.
Zoom and enhance. CSI levels of bullshit. Zoom and enhance. Claude. Oh man. Well, if that kid's got a gun and it's a real gun, well, that gun's pointed at him. So I guess maybe the little girl deserved it. Maybe the dad's defended himself. Oh man, they start early, boys. That's what is happening in this video. What is happening? Oh yeah, no, it's definitely the biggest threat to black people is definitely the KKK, boys. Really? Okay.
I think it's funny too.
I wonder if he's put around through this potato before. Look, that what is going on with that potato? What happened here? All right, so acknowledging that you almost killed your daughter, funny. And there you go.
And he's shooting it at the direction of people. Look at that. There's a fucking truck over there.
He's just firing off at the freeway over there. That's okay. So, no. The guy behind the camera. Oh, that didn't work.
That bitch ain't silenced.
Yeah, that bitch ain't silenced. No, not silenced at all. That's a portrait. He's just fired at a dump truck in the background. So, what have we learned here today, boys? Number one, a potato on the end of your 22. Hey, it's not going to work, all right? And there you go.
Every time I see that.
Bring your daughter to gun. I'm pretty sure that's a gun and that's a little kid. If it's whether or not it's a real
To be fair, I mean, I do take my kids to the range when they were younger. They were shooting pistols
gun.
at 5.
Are you thinking that this dad is like, whoa, Shaniqua? All right. That's a BB gun, right? No. I got a weird suspicion. So there you go. Rust it on the end of a gun. Point the gun at your daughter. Give your daughter a gun. She's grabbing a magazine. It looks like that. She's grabbing a magazine. Okay, that little kid's grabbing a magazine. I think. Okay, wow. And let's see. Does the gun silenced by a potato? As I fire off into this road, what is happening here? No, none of it works. None of it works, but you're under arrest. What the hell is happening here? All right, guys. And I was like, oh, look, Dad's around. Dad's about to not be around. Dad's about to do, I don't know, good 5-6 years, right? In the local penitentiary. Because this is crazy. All right, thanks so much for watching the video. If you...
They need to find that guy. They need to they need to take care of those kids. Obviously, he doesn't give a shit. And it's funny that he flagged his own daughter. And that's one of the first things I teach my children. Do not point a gun at something you don't plan on shooting. If you point your gun at something, you better plan on shooting it. So don't point it at people just for fun, shits and giggles. Or like this fucking retard did.
I just don't understand why you do stuff like this, bro.
Why not?
It's a classic.
Yo.
It's classics from the gangster rap genre as well. You really chose Adam's Family, bro? Yeah. Hit that beat.
It works too.
Dog. Real gangster. I'm shiesty and I'm goony. I'm quick to lift the Uzi, or you can catch a two-piece. You ever mess with me? The chopper get the clapping. He gangsta, no, he capping. So we gon' catch him lacking. You ever mess with me? Bah, bah. Bah, bah. Bah, bah.
Tell me that didn't work. Tell me that wasn't perfect. Because it was. Because it was. Oh. Oh no. Someone got fired for making racist posts? No. Well, maybe it wasn't racist. Maybe I just misunderstood it. Maybe it's because he was telling people to order Chinese food in bulk and not pick it up. And then post it on social media and then think, oh, my employers wouldn't care.
What's good? I'm in Hawaii celebrating my birthday, but before I let the festivities begin, because my birthday is not until tomorrow, I want to get something off my chest. I was going to wait until July 22nd to talk about this. That'll make sense later in the video, but I figured I might as well get it off my heart and mind right now, just so I can be done with it. So in the aftermath of the Rick Chow trial, I made 3 TikToks. One where I said Rick Chow and his son should go to prison. A second one where I supported the ban of anti-Black Asian businesses and Black communities. And then the third TikTok where I said one effective way to shut these businesses down is to call and place orders and never go pick them up. In the aftermath of those 3 videos, I think I already told y'all twice that 2 of my former employers were contacted. Now, Headway, a current employer, was contacted.
They
Headway
found you.
is a platform for providers. I'm on there providing therapy. I don't
Oh,
talk
that's
about
right.
me.
This guy was an online therapist for a company. I would not want somebody like this to be his therapist. Keep your shit to yourself.
Ever being a therapist just because therapists are not allowed to.
Wait. Would he treat me differently because I'm half Asian, half Black?
Have lives, be full human beings, have personalities, be crazy, whatever. Like people think that we're saints and we're not. But I've been doing therapy for 5 years and I've been on the Headway platform since September. Late September, early October, till present. And therapy has never been my bread and butter. It's always been a part-time for me.
Then you don't
But
care.
I do love it. I love serving my clients. My clients are of diverse backgrounds. A lot of my clients don't even look like me, and that is fine because they trust me with their trauma, and we
What if
walk
they're
that
Asian?
walk hand in hand, and we get shit done. So my practice is a safe space for everybody. But nonetheless, those 3 videos that I made, someone took them and I guess sent them to Headway, and this is what Headway said. So this was the first email, and I don't have to read this word for word, but what stood out to me was that the content was flagged for language that could be considered dehumanizing, making generalizations and or stereotypes towards racially marginalized groups. And
I'm amazed that people that are supposedly this educated, and I don't obviously profess to know anything about his business or how good he is as a therapist, but I would put into question you being able to leverage their platform. And I was looking in the comments, and people are now talking about they want to protest whatever this company is. I don't care what y'all do, but how can you jump on social media, tell people to call in orders and not pick them up, destroy businesses, and don't expect to have any kind of repercussions?
So are you pushing it out?
Well, I didn't realize it cut that fast. All right. So we talked about Kansas City, Kansas school board doing what they can to groom students. What about Las Vegas at a middle school? What are they doing at Las Vegas in a middle school? What does this teacher do?
Absolutely. Everyone should be a little gay. There are a lot of students who are exploring gender, but they're also responding. Now,
Who the fuck explores gender in the 6th grade? Yeah, this guy's a 6th grade English teacher. I forgot to mention that.
I break the law and still call kids what they want me to call them? Yes. But I also have to have the conversation of what do I use when I have to email home? Or what do I use with parents? Parents are insane right now.
A middle school teacher claims everyone should be a little gay and admits on hidden camera that he violates the school district policy and encourages his LGBTQ students to use different pronouns without parental approval.
Do you encourage them to lean into their sexuality and kind of explore that?
Like they come out and I'm like, awesome. I've had kids ask me coach them on coming out. Some parents are not supportive and therefore kids are not open with them about, hey, here's what I'm feeling or thinking, then they're pissed. Like, you should have told me my child was doing this. I have the right to know what is going on with my child.
Attacks the parents of his students, claiming that students are coming out to him and not the parents because they're not supportive enough.
If you had a better relationship
That's
with your
some grooming
child,
shit.
they would trust you to tell you. But for some reason, they don't. Figure out how you can better support your kid. Don't
That's some straight up grooming shit. I don't know if maybe my kids hid, but they don't. I knew everything pretty much, it seemed like. And if they were trying to hide it, I knew how to get it out of them. And it took a couple minutes. People, they don't talk to their kids. And that's the problem. These same people that are complaining about their kids falling through these gender ideology shit, how do you interact with your kids? I'm curious. Do you interact with your kids? Or you just want to blame it on society? Because I interacted with my kids, even though there's a little bit of difficulty between me going overseas and coming back. It's hard, but I still got it through. I even let them go off the beaten path because I want them to learn, and then they come back. Learned. And I always get the same thing. You're right.
for me because I supported them. I had one school year, one group of kids where every week they voted on what color my eyeshadow was going to be on Friday.
Oh my
So they'd be like, all right, you're wearing blue glitter. Like, cool, got it.
And even admits that he makes racist judgments against his black students if they support MAGA.
So I have them make like a about me banner. At the bottom there, just did giant MAGA letters.
No way.
And two of them were black kids. And I'm like, why are you?
So black kids can't be MAGA, according to this guy. According to this guy, who's got like 14,000 piercings in his ear.
MAGA kids. Now when I meet the parents, I'm like, that tracks. It's not going to impact my behavior interacting with you. But I will talk shit about you to my coworkers.
Nice middle school, though.
Good morning, class. I'm Mick Stein. My pronouns are they and them.
Mick
and today we're learning about middle school English teacher Christopher Michael Siegel.
Goo goo gaga.
At Gunderson Middle School in Las Vegas, Nevada.
But I've been at my current school for 4 years. I'll probably be locked in there for a while. I teach English, but also theater. And so I'm building the theater program from nothing.
What made you want to get into teaching?
I kind of always wanted to do it. There's the really cheesy, as a queer kid, I needed a queer adult, wanted to be that for other kids, help that thing. But also, I just love English. I teach English mostly and dabble in teaching theater. And just
So this guy went from Michigan to Colorado to Vegas. Keep that in mind. Why did he kept changing schools in completely different states?
happens that a lot of people who are good with kids and can do those things are also usually queer.
Christopher states that his students struggle with regular pronouns. And I'm sure that has nothing to do with the fact that this middle school teacher insists that they refer to him as they, them.
They know.
Are your students cool with that? If they don't, no one really has a problem with? How old are they?
I'm 6th or 8th grade, 11.
11 to 14 years old.
Most of them don't care. Once I start the year saying, this is what you call me, this is what I go by, do this.
Okay, I even wore my pronoun shirt to school. They, them. My pronouns are they,
The
them.
faggot put his TikTok on private.
Don't use he, him. Don't he, him, me. I don't like that.
If that pissy parent comes at you're going after them and teaching pronouns and things. So,
I did once.
yeah, I did once. I went over here's what you call me. That's it. But also I teach English, so we do go over pronouns and grammar. That's part of it.
That's interesting. It's part of the English language curriculum. New, pronouns, mixed with that.
I usually don't know. Honestly, the kids struggle with regular pronouns.
Why is my class struggling so much with regular pronouns? I was a...
Wait a minute. They're struggling with regular pronouns? Like he, she, it. He, she, it. Got in trouble one time in middle school for saying he shit. Or I basically said he shit. He shit.
He, him, now I'm a they, them. What's so confusing about that to my 11-year-old students?
Right?
We also went to the school's staff page and found that Chris Siegel doesn't go by Mr. Siegel. Instead, he is listed as MX Siegel, which is apparently supposed to be pronounced Mix Siegel.
So for pronunciation,
Jesus
MX
Christ.
is pronounced like mix, like you're mixing things together. So it's Mix Siegel. Also, I was like dressed really cute, and I'm wearing my pronoun shirt, so I was like, it's perfect, let's do it.
A lot of issues we have in CCSD is like trans students, and are there a lot of them? I don't know how. Yes and no. There are a lot of students who are exploring gender.
And you're grooming them. Even the last lady said, teachers, they come to the teachers because you know what, they're afraid of what their parents are going to say and that they can hide it from them. That's grooming, homeboy. You know that, right?
Where they fall on that spectrum of gender, who knows? But they're also 12.
In the Clark County School District policy, it states, when a child identifies as being gender diverse, a group is convened to address the individual needs
Without
of the
the
student.
parents.
The group will consist of the parents, the student, Equity and Diversity Education Department administrative team, as well as a school personnel as determined by the administrator or designee of the administrator, including a counselor and any representatives.
Oh, so there's a program in place if the kids decide, oh, I want to be trans. Look at that. It's not supposed to be an individual teacher. None of that should apply. It should only be the parents. It should only be the parents. They need to have that real talk with their kids. Is that too hard to do? Is that too hard to do?
Of community-based groups, including faith groups, as requested by the parents. Mick Siegel acknowledges that he is aware of this, but then immediately admits that he frequently breaks this rule and will happily encourage young children to use gender-fluid pronouns, and will then secretly use those pronouns in one-on-one interaction without parental consent, and even states that he will keep it secret from the parents, asking the minor what name or pronoun he should use when talking to the parents.
Kids want to be validated and supported. And like I feel a little bad saying it as a queer adult and also like
I hate when
under the trans.
Oh, they need to be validated. Validated for what? A lie? Oh, you think you're a girl, you think you're gay. You are. You are. Be proud of it. Be proud of it. Oh, you only said you thought about it? No, you literally are. You're a fucking trans gay man now. Spicy faggot.
Flag of non-binary or something. A lot of the kids,
6 years, 6th grade.
It's a little trend for them to figure things out, and then they're like, it actually wasn't for me. And we legally cannot call them a different name or pronoun unless the parent puts it into the online
Really?
system. Now, do I break the law and still call kids what they want me to call them? Yes. But I also have to have the conversation of what do I use when I have to email home, or what do I use with parents? So in class, it'll be this, but if your mom emails or I have to call mom or email, what do I use to, and like, that's an annoying aspect that I always have to keep like in the back of my head of, all right, love you, support you, I'm here to back you up, but also legally I have to protect my job. Parents are insane right now.
The journalist mentions that in California, just one state over, the laws are different, referring to California's Safety Act, AB 1955, which states that outing young children to their parents is a violation of their privacy, enabling teachers to have secret conversations with children about their sexuality without the parents' knowledge. Chris states that he would 1000% love that law in Nevada.
You know, California has that law they passed, or maybe it's they took away a law, where like you're not legally obligated to talk to parents about things that are going on with sexuality.
1000% love that law to be a real thing in Nevada.
Mick Siegel had previously mentioned that up to 40% of his middle school students have expressed that they may be homosexual or trans. And when the journalist questions whether
40% of the school. I wonder why. Look at you. And I'm pretty sure you're not the only teacher doing this.
he is influencing that, the middle school teacher eagerly exclaims, "Yes, everyone should be a little gay."
And it gets into like what is like you choose to be queer and all those things. But
Right, and are people pushing it on people as
yes.
and all that?
It gets real complicated.
Although there are 40% of
What if I went up to this guy like, hey, listen, I know you're gay, Mr. Mix, whatever the fuck your name is, but today I'm an Islamic cleric. So I need you to follow me to the roof. No, seriously, I'm Muslim today. Follow me to the roof, Mr. Mix. Doesn't matter. And we're gonna play a game. We're gonna play who can fly better. Who can fly better? You go first.
students that are under that umbrella. So are you pushing it on people?
Yes, absolutely. Everyone should be a little gay. Everybody.
Is that a real philosophy?
I mean, if we want to get like full philosophical, yeah, everyone's a little bit clear. The idea of like being 100% totally heterosexual, I don't buy it.
Why?
Mick Siegel claims it's
If you
unfortunate
can be
that
100% completely homosexual, why can't you be 100% straight? I guarantee you, if you ask, are people 100% gay? You go like, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. So there's nothing like this guy's 50% gay because he's bi. No, he's 100% gay. He still takes it up the butt. What if he puts it up in someone's butt? Is that gay? Oh, it's only gay if they cry? Whew.
parents want to control their children and blames their controlling homophobia for the fact that his students are coming out to him, but not the parents.
By the way, that was for adults, not children. Let's not get that twisted.
Mick Siegel even goes on to claim that kids will sometimes ask him to, quote, coach them on coming out as queer.
And parents unfortunately have children to control them and have them turn out a certain way. And some parents are not supportive, and therefore kids are not open with them about, hey, here's what I'm feeling or thinking. And then when parents find out a student is doing something that they don't approve of, and it's getting supported elsewhere, then they're pissed. Like, you should have told me my child was doing this. I have the right to know what is going on with my child. They're a minor. I have rights.
This is right.
My comeback is always, if you had a better relationship with your child, they would trust you to tell you. But for some
My comeback would be, I'm on my way to school.
reason, they don't. So let's reflect on why they're telling me this, but not you. Like, where is that? Like, figure out how you can better support your kid. Don't come after me because I support them.
Do you encourage them to like lean into
That's
their
definitely a huge sign of a map. Oh, you don't want to mentor your kids? I got it. Remember when they had that California rapping saying, we're going to make your kids gay?
sexuality and like kind of explore that?
I'm just, like, they come out and I'm like, awesome. Like, I'll like, rephrase. There's always a validation of, I'm so glad you told me, like, and that you trusted me, and that you felt comfortable sharing this. I've had kids ask me to, like, coach them on coming out.
Things get even more disturbing as Christopher reveals that he enjoys getting his young students to take part in choosing the colors of his makeup and glittery eyeshadow.
I had one school year, one group of kids where every week they voted on what color my eyeshadow was going to be on Friday.
Oh my
So they'd be like, all right, you're wearing blue glitter. I'm like, cool, got it. I heard it was one girl was like, you need to wear this. Like, you need to wear purple tomorrow. Okay. And I didn't. She was like,
I didn't make that shit up.
oh my god, you actually did it. Yeah, you told me to wear purple eyeshadow.
Trying to make you happy.
Yeah, I was like, so I threw on some purple glitter. It was like, just boom, boom. And then it was okay, I need you to wear this one. It's like, well, you picked last week. Somebody else gets to pick.
So you do get to wear nail polish and makeup in class?
Yeah.
And no one's ever had a problem with that?
Well, at this school, I have had issues with it.
Oh.
Okay. See, throw it back. Start a riot. See, throw it back. Start a riot.
We find it odd that this middle school teacher
So professional dress codes and uniforms are inherently racist, sexist, and rooted in white supremacy. No, It's called being disciplined.
Start a riot.
We find it odd that this middle school teacher would be taking time away from the English curriculum to get his students to engage with his use of glittery eyeshadow. Imagine if your son was under the daily influence of a grown man with painted nails and purple glittery eyeshadow. And not only that, but the glittery grown man is engaging him, asking him what color eyeshadow he should wear next. Then
Right?
the topic predictably shifts
They don't see how
toward
that's fucking wrong. I mean, I didn't tell my fucking high school English teacher in 10th grade, come to work in a bikini. Every Friday, I wish you would come to work in a bikini, Miss Van Zant. Jesus Christ, Miss Van Zant. Oh my God. Dude, I never failed that class. I had straight 100s.
critical race theory. As Chris reveals that some of the required reading contains highly divisive messaging, framing white police officers as violent, racist, and vindictive.
You're pretty politically active, right? Do you talk about political activism with kids at all? Like in your class?
A little bit.
And anything queer related?
I try and sprinkle it in throughout.
Oh.
So I use critical race theory when I'm analyzing the curriculum that I'm teaching, how I will teach it. Quarter 3, which we started in January, is in the textbook. It's called Finding Your Path. But the book is all about police brutality and racism and identity. And
Really? In middle school? Wow.
Yeah. So we read this book, Hush, which is about a girl.
That ends guilt.
Her dad, family's black. Dad is a black cop. He witnesses his 2 partners, 2 white cops, shoot and kill a black teenager. And he testifies against that. And then it becomes a race thing of they are getting threats and all this.
There it is. They're learning that shit in middle school. They're learning about everything that's wrong. Cops bad. Racism everything. White people bad. Black people can't do no wrong, allegedly in Minecraft. It's okay to be gay and hide it from your parents. Oh, you don't want to be gay? We're gonna make you gay. Not that there's anything wrong with gay people, but the fucking faggots like this. And by the way, I use the term faggot everywhere, so don't get fucking offended. I know some people get offended. I know someone got really offended, even though I helped them out big time. And they got offended I was talking about gay people.
Officers happening because he was the black cop that stood up to the white cops. And they end up going into witness protection. And so we talk all about those kinds of things.
Why would a school curriculum force 13-year-olds to read about white cops shooting black kids? Think about the messaging that gives young children about the police officers that they're supposed to trust and comply with. It's no wonder we see so much hostility, division, and disobedience between youths and police officers when this is what public school districts are feeding their students from the age of 13. Christopher also goes on to express bewilderment at the fact that some of his black students support the MAGA movement, making presumptions about their political beliefs based entirely on their skin color, and reveals that he will talk shit about the child and their parents with other Gunderson Middle School staff members.
So I have them make like a about me banner. So I get to color it, write some shit on it. I give them like a include your favorite, whatever. And I had a group of like 4 boys who at the bottom there just did giant MAGA letters.
No way.
Great.
Wait, these are 12-year-olds?
But they would have been like 13, 14, like this. And 2 of them were black kids. And I'm like, why? Why are you when you, okay. Now when I meet the parents, I'm like, that tracks. It's not going to impact my behavior interacting with you. But I will talk shit about you to my coworkers. I'm like, oh my God.
The middle school teacher carries on to reveal that when he encounters black students who don't feel victimized by racism, he is apparently determined to change their mind using, quote, baby steps.
Because a lot of times you have like the one black kid who's like family's super Trump and conservative, and it's like racism isn't real. I'm like, okay, so explain why you think that. You may not see it for yourself, but all these people around you are saying they see it.
So you're trying to tell a black kid that what he's seeing and experiencing isn't real. That he doesn't know what he's seeing. He's just ignoring it. He's black. You're not. He'll experience the racism. You experience a little hate as well. But you're lucky you're white. And if he's not seeing it, if the black kid's not seeing it, which means his parents don't see it, and they taught them, don't always be about race. And that's where this fucking school systems are fucking failing our kids. Like I said, there's no longer teachers. They're fucking faggot activists.
So their viewpoint is just as valid as yours. You just need to acknowledge that they can be correct and you can be correct at the same time.
Well, they both can't be correct at the same time. I mean, if it's institutional, they can't be correct at the same time.
Baby steps. Baby steps.
Why does Mick Siegel feel the need to take these baby steps to convince a black student to feel like an oppressed victim when his parents have made a clear effort to raise him to be bigger than that? Toward the end of the interaction, Chris went on to claim that a female middle school student once had a crush on him. But she was barking up the wrong tree because Mick Siegel usually just likes boys.
I did have a student have a crush on me.
What happened?
She wrote in her...
It was a girl.
Yes. And I was like, girl, wrong tree. You're barking up the wrong tree. But she was writing in her journal about me. And I was like, hey, principal, I just need to cover my bases. The fuck?
This is happening?
I was the only 8th grade English teacher, so she was stuck.
That didn't happen.
Do you like boys and girls?
That did not happen.
Stuck.
This is happening?
I was the only 8th grade English
that
teacher,
didn't
so
happen.
she was stuck.
Do you like boys and girls? Or
usually just boys.
Okay, I get you.
Why is a middle school teacher so giddy about sprinkling his queer agenda into the curriculum and enabling young children who may merely be confused, impressionable, or seeking validation to declare that they want to start down the path of gender fluidity without their parents' knowledge?
Hello?
Hey, Christopher. My name's Alex, and I have a student at Gunderson Middle School, and I just had a question if you could clarify something that was kind of alarming. Hello? Chris?
Hello?
Hey, Chris. So another parent said that they overheard you at a coffee shop talking about how you will encourage every student to be a little gay. Is that true? Oh my God.
Oh, wait, why'd you hang up?
If you work in any level of public schooling and you notice that young children are being exposed to egregious sexual behavior or influence or radical and divisive politics, reach out to us to be a part of this investigation. You can email us at tips@OK.
So obviously he privated his TikTok, but if this elementary school on Facebook, they turned off comments. And the school board was starting to delete comments. And then someone got reminded that it's the First Amendment where they can file their grievances, so they had to keep the comments up. Now, whether or not the teacher got fired, probably he'll be put on administrative leave. Or transferred. Either way, that guy should not be teaching. He's not a teacher. He just proved it. They teach negativity. They don't teach the truth.
Another day.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Another attempt to ask Maryland Governor Wes Moore questions. After the ribbon cutting, it became clear Governor Moore's team was attempting to dodge the media. We still attempted to press the state's leader about
Governor.
outstanding questions pertaining to his military record.
Governor, you said that you led troops into battle.
Not much of an answer or the ability to ask Governor Wes Moore questions.
So, it looks like we have another Democrat stolen valor situation. This time, it's Maryland Governor Wes Moore, who is facing scrutiny and accusations after reports revealed he claimed to have been awarded a Bronze Star and Combat Action Badge on a 2006 White House Fellowship application, despite never having received either medal.
Moments after the governor zoomed off, we sent questions to his office, including Governor Moore told local media that he did not lead troops in offensive missions.
Oh.
His spokesperson said he led troops in combat last week. Who is telling the truth?
Well, Wes Moore was not combat arms, so he didn't lead troops into combat, period. Infantry, artillery, scouts, MPs, they led their troops on combat offensive missions. You rarely ever left the safety of the FOBs.
We added questions about how many soldiers did Governor Moore lead into combat, what were their names, and how many evaluations did Governor Moore fill out for the soldiers he says he led. We did not get an answer to our questions back from the governor's spokesperson, except his office saying, what is the difference between these two things? Is Sinclair asserting that enemy fighters firing rockets and shooting at the governor is not combat? Our questions were pertaining to whether or not he leads troops into battle. We then asked further for evidence that Governor Moore led troops in combat. We did not receive a response. We will continue to seek answers to our unanswered questions. In Baltimore, I'm Gary Collins with Spotlight on Maryland. It became clear
that dude's a scumbag. Along with this, it's funny. A lot of these guys that get in political office tend to lie about their awards and badges. There's that fucking piece of shit senator from Florida. I can see his fucking face, but I can't remember it. He lied about pretty much the same awards. I think he also claimed to be a sniper and work with S. Oh, maybe he did. He was an MP. Let's see. Oh, he wanted to be infantry. Blah, but you fucked up your knee, faggot. So he was an MP. He was an MP. Anyway, let's continue. All right. So these are about to get pretty graphic. So I guess I'm going to have to say trigger warning because we're going to talk about Britain, the UK, and their huge scandal that's going on right now. So if you don't want to hear about it, this is the time to leave.
Report that comes out. Folks, I don't know if you've seen this or read this or not. It is difficult to go through. The stories are horrendous, to say the least. And this is the Rape Gang Inquiry Report that came out. And can you guys tell me what page that was? And then I'm going to read a couple parts of it from the report. If one of you guys tells me what page it is. Oh, there it is. The state enabled them. British MP Rupert Lowe releases horrifying report on migrant rape gangs. And I'll read the executive summary, and I'll read one of the stories. And then, Vinny, I'm going to come to you, and then, Brett, I'll come to you right after that. Is this. After Restore Britain leader Rupert Lowe released the Rape Gang Inquiry, which documented the systemic rape and often torture of up to 250,000 young British girls at the hands of a predominantly Muslim rape gang, SpaceX and Tesla founder Elon Musk agreed with calls for Nuremberg-style trials for the perpetrators and those who enabled the heinous act. One post calling for Nuremberg trials in connection to the Rape Gang Inquiry, and then Elon saying, yes, the excerpt from the report reads, the incidents of criminal activities listed in the report are drawn from court orders, official and unofficial inquiries across the country, and witness testimony provided to the inquiry. They confirmed that this was never a series of isolated local failures. It was coordinated, nationwide pattern of organized child sexual exploitation that repeated in town after town, city after city, from the far north to the south coast. The same ethnic and religious profile of the perpetrators was documented throughout almost all of the witnesses who contacted the inquiry. The report further states that the scale of the rape gang phenomenon is endemic across the entire of Britain, 250,000 across UK. And the House of Lords of Lord Pearson's of Rancho on May 29th said, do the government accept that if we extrapolate nationally the J report on Rotherham and other reports from Telford to Oxford, there appear to have been upwards of 250,000 young white girls raped in this century, very largely by Muslim men, usually several times a day for years. Okay, just to kind of give you a list of a couple of these things, and then I'm going to come to you, Vinny. The report makes for difficult reading. It found that victims were typically between 8 to 12 years old.
Jesus Christ.
8 to 12 years old. Children were forced to have sex with dogs and beaten with bats, which were then inserted into them anally and vaginally. This is disturbing to even listen to, folks. In one case, a little girl's tongue was nailed to the wall so she could not move while she was being raped by multiple men. It was also found that police were warning, by the way, this is zero-hedge story, were warning rapists that they were being reported in order to threaten the victim into stopping the reports. In other instances, police participated in the gang rapes themselves. One girl was raped between 30 to 80 men, most of whom were never charged by British authorities. In another case, a little girl was told, if you don't come back, I'm going to rape your little sister instead. When one mother tried to call for help, a British police told her, you should be happy your daughter is experiencing a different culture. He then hung up on her. And last but not least, another girl was blinded by acid while trying to escape one of the rape gangs. This is the report. And by the way, Vinny, do you want to tell us who hasn't talked about this report at all?
Cenk. I'm wondering where Cenk.
Yeah,
I'm
where is
wondering where Mehdi Hassan, all the people.
No, the other one. What is the big network that hasn't even touched? The most important
BBC.
One. Can you imagine BBC hasn't touched on this yet?
Oh, is this the same BBC that, remember the James, what was his name? The guy that worked for the BBC guy that was taking advantage of all these underage people? James Cavill or Seville or something like that?
There's a name out there, Humberto. Can you guys
I think it's James Seville. Like this guy was molesting and raping, and nobody says anything. And I'm curious to where all the Cenk and all the Mehdi Hassans. It's because these guys were Pakistani Muslim men. Could we just put that out there? Like 85 to 95% were Pakistani Muslim men. Okay, and this UK, you guys caused the problem, and then when the problem got crazy, you guys tried to say we can't report it because it's racist. Okay? Unbelievable, Pat. Like this is hands down one of the biggest failures, and it drives me crazy. Epstein, and you guys know how I feel about Epstein. It's one of the biggest travesties and disgusting thing that's happened on a global, United States, everywhere level. Where are all the people crying for? Did you really hear what he was just saying? Forced them to have sex with animals, nailed their tongues to a wall. Okay.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, Ro Khanna, fucking Thomas Massey. Nobody's touched on these rape gangs in the UK. Nobody. The only thing they're harping on right now is, well, I'm not going to vote Republican in 2028. Nobody gives a fuck who you're voting for. Was the whole fucking Epstein thing just a grift? For sure fucking seems like it.
Pat, the story that you were talking about, the girl's name is Fiona. I don't want to say her last name. Her mother called, and that little percentage that weren't Muslim men, she called and she mentioned they had a history because she was abused by the Pakistani gang. Her mother said, hey, she was abused previously by an Asian men. And they said, and I quote, you can't describe them as Asian men because that's racist. You should be glad your child is being taught a different culture. Let that sink in. Yes, that's in this report. And it gets worse, Adam. The report says a police officer once returned Fiona to the house where the abuse was happening and told the men, have fun with her, unquote. Have fun with her. Okay? And another occasion, police told...
No, there wouldn't. Those bodies wouldn't exist anymore. I just need some pigs.
The abusers that if they could get Fiona to sign herself out of care, they'd stop bothering them. Adam, think about that. This is not only a formal action anyone took was a warning, nothing followed. Not one officer has ever faced trial, not one. Not one politician, not one social worker. And then everybody, Brett, everybody on that side goes after Tommy Robinson as if he's crazy. He's not crazy. We're not talking about 10,000, 100,000, 250,000. Think about that number, guys, of these young girls, these children that we're getting advantage of. And again, Brett, we're talking about the COVID thing. How is this not the number one thing? And how are Cenk and Mehdi Hassan and all these people dead silent? Dead silent, because you're all hypocrites, all of you.
So if you look at this report, the extent of it, to your point, is massive. If they estimate that 40% of all the local districts in the UK had some incident. That's crazy. If you think about every
40%,
149 local authority districts, 40% of all districts across the United Kingdom. And it goes on to say that the police forces, social services, National Health Service,
all covered it up.
licensing authorities all failed the victims. So when Elon Musk first got onto this, it coincided with the British Prime Minister being in town, and I had an interview with Keir Starmer at the Blair House. And I had a whole list of questions about the tariffs and the relationship with the U.S., and I went through all that. But I asked him specifically about this charge by Elon Musk, about these rape gangs and how serious it was. And he said, "Oh, I've seen this. You know, we were investigating it. I think it's overblown." I mean, that was the messaging, was that it's
That's Keir Starmer.
Yes, and I'll figure out the soundbite and I'll figure out how to pull it up. But it's amazing if you think about, if this report is anywhere near accurate, that is the Prime Minister reacting to the early indications from Elon Musk on this gang rape.
And it's crazy. The rape thing is horrible too, but look at how bad, like the Henry Nowak, the kid that was stabbed by the Sikh guy with the knife and then shows up and goes, "Oh, he's racist." And they handcuffed the kid that stabbed him bleeding out because of racism. This whole racist title to get away with freaking murder and rape, it's absolutely nuts.
And that guy died in the car.
And that guy died in the car, and he was saying, "I'm stabbed." They're like, "Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not stabbed." It's so bothering. And then, Pat, you ready for this? They're banning, UK is banning under 16 years old from being on social media, so they can't spread this type of information. They can't talk about what's happening in their freaking country, and that's a sign of what the UK is about. And they're done.
Yeah,
they're
Tom,
done.
I'm going to come to you. I'm going to read this, and I'll come to you here. In court records and official inquiries, around 87% of those convicted in these groups-based child sexual exploitation (CSE) cases bore distinctly Muslim names.
It's more than 80.
Dr. Taj Hergay, the vast majority of men involved in these gangs were not convicted. He says an imam with the Oxford Islamic congregation believes the true proportion of gang members who are Muslims to be 95%. And I'll continue to read this other last story here for you. Dr. Hill has emphasized that the verbal abuse she endured was saturated with both racial and religious slurs. While being beaten, she was repeatedly called a white slag, a white whore, a white C-word, and simultaneously condemned as a non-Muslim who deserves punishment for failing to follow Islamic rules. Her abusers, she said, operated according to what she termed grooming gang ideology, under which they believed.
Not to be fear-mongering, but who's to say this isn't happening here? And they're covering it up. Remember, we have huge Muslim communities all across this country. Dearborn, Michigan. What's that fucking place in Texas? What was it going to be called? Epic City or some shit like that?
Their crimes were religiously justified. In further detail, she breaks down, I was told that I must respect their religion. That was the first of many confusing lies that I was forced to believe. I was told that to show them respect, I mustn't eat pork. I was told that Muslim girls are good and pure and stay virgins until marriage, but all white girls are slags and they all sleep with hundreds of people. I was told white girls are trash, all whores. They all are lower than shit under your shoe. They don't obey Allah, so they deserve to be punished. They don't deserve modesty. Muslim women are pure because they cover down to their ankles and down to their wrists, and then hem of their top comes below their knees. White girls show the curves of their body, so they are asking for they should be raped as punishment for not obeying Allah. This is in the report. Adam, thoughts?
Makes me more pro-Israel than ever.
Oh,
just reading that.
Whoa.
Because
Whoa. That's the dumbest fucking thing you could have ever said. That's fucking stupid. Israel's pro-pedophilia too, you stupid fuck. If you get to Israel and you come to another country and you have child sex crimes, Israel won't let them deport or extradite you. You're protected in Israel. Adam.
what are the chances you think these stories are real? What do you think, Vinny?
What do you mean?
What are the chances you think this is happening?
This report, I don't think he'd do it because he'd get defamation of all the people that he's talking about. I think it's accurate. I think it's accurate. And it's not like Adam. It's not like I was just waking up out of nowhere and saying it. These people, Tommy Robinson has been screaming at the top of his lungs forever, and everybody's been going after him for years. And he's telling you they're not assimilating. And like the numbers Words talk, numbers scream, Tom. How much more can it scream in your face and your ears that their culture and that culture does not mix?
But Vinny, it sounds like you're just being Islamophobic.
No, I'm not. That's an irrational fear.
It sounds like you like.
I'm not. There's not a fear.
They're just trying to show their culture.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing? Hundreds of thousands of women.
No.
He's being sarcastic.
I'm being
That's what he's
sarcastic,
being.
Tom. I know that sarcasm isn't your thing.
Yeah.
He's being sarcastic,
but the reality is, I believe every single second of this story. And I'm just going to quote the great Matt Walsh. I ended up stumbling across his feedback yesterday because of the Jeremy Boring thing. He says, look, I'm America first all the way, but I got to tell you, I really admire the British Empire, straight up. What they've done for society, what they've done for culture. But it pains me to see the once mighty nation brought to its knees by the barbarian hordes and an army of invaders. It's very sad to see. What a tragic conclusion. And so totally preventable. So when we talk about open borders, when we talk about alliances, when we talk about suicidal empathy, it's so sad to see what's going on in the UK. And my only thing is, this is not going to stop around the world unless we put an end to it.
Tom, your thoughts?
And it starts there, but then it'll end up here in America.
Tom.
Well, I have a couple angles here. Actually, I have one angle. You know, you look at the core of liberalism in the political sphere has evolved to the point where you need to import voters to do two things. One, to further undermine.
You know what's even wilder? A bunch of fucking local politicians in New York. I think like 6 of them were just appointed or just got elected. Just got elected, like all Muslims in New York City. All socialist Muslims.
And conservatism, and you saw the CNN story, not CNN story, but the statistics. 90% of people identified as GOP in this particular survey 20 years ago respected the U.S. 90% of the GOP self-identified do, but you saw the dramatic change on the Democrat side. So they literally come to a point where the ends justifies the means and the importation of voters into a block that they can use. Then you cross over into moral relativism because they do not believe that there is a moral truth in the Judeo-Christian standard. They don't. They believe that your truth is good for you, your truth is good for you. That's moral relativism. And so they end up, you know, it's like they grow the virus and then it spills and then they're stuck with the virus. That's what's happened in Minnesota and that's what's happening in the UK. And it got worse because what happened was it began to accelerate. Do you remember what happened in 2010? What happened in the UK 2010 in election? His name was Lutfur Rahman. I've had this on the tip of my tongue for 10 years. Lutfur Rahman was the first Pakistani, and he'll say, I was born in Bangladesh.
Oh, yeah.
It was East Pakistan and now Bangladesh. He was born there. And he brought with him as the first elected mayor in the UK to the enablement of the crimes. And
I do remember when that happened. It was a big fucking deal.
you know how he did it? By putting the shackles on the police. Wait a minute. They have their own laws. They have their own beliefs. They have their own standards. You can't arrest them for this. You can't automatically judge them for this. That's where it started.
Or you're racist.
So you have this thing starting in the 90s, and then it gets worse because as they become elected, they're not assimilating into your laws. They're trying to impugn their laws. And if you don't think that's what you're seeing there, if you don't think that that's what they're trying to do to create that small city-state in the middle of Dallas, then you're not paying attention.
Real quick, I don't know if you saw this video of this.
We played this clip a few months
gotcha.
back.
But this is the reason why you've seen the girl wielding the axe against the potential
Yes.
Islamist racist. Play this.
Show the knife. Show the knife. That's it.
She's defending her sister.
Yeah, and she got in trouble for this, and then they found out the truth.
She's fucking 12 and you just bastard me.
Yeah, because they're trying to touch her friend.
Yeah. This is what it's come down to in the UK. School children have to walk around with axes to prevent them from being raped.
Pat, but can I ask you a question though, Pat? Why predominantly 85 to plus Muslim men? What is it? The mentality of
This
like
is what I told Mehdi Hassan.
Yeah.
I don't care. I work. You know, there's a lot of criticism of Scientologists.
Yes.
Right. You know, a lot of criticism.
Of course.
I ran an office in Granada Hills where half the people in my office were all Scientologists. Okay.
Oh,
How do you
wow.
think my experience was with them?
Great.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
I didn't have they couple of them came from the Q organization, which I don't know if
Hey.
it's called Sea Org organization. There's a name for it. I don't know the exact name for it. These guys would work 100 hours a week without even flinching because that's what they did, working for the church for $20 a month or $20 or whatever it was, right? Great experience. Mormons get a lot of criticism. If you watch God Makers, the old documentary 1, part 2, I've seen all of it, right? I've never had a bad experience with Mormons. So all I judge for is where are you from and how do you contribute to society?
And how you work. Yep.
This is specifically targeted to what country of rape gangs?
Pakistan.
Gang rape. This is Pakistani. So to me, I don't know where you're coming from. I like data. If I run an insurance company and I identify, well, let's just say we're not licensing our guys well enough. I want to target to see what states license the highest percentage, what states take how many days to get somebody licensed, and then I judge that state based on the regulation and which brokers run that office. If you're Pakistani, we're not taking any Pakistanis coming in. But if I run the same report and they're coming from Saudi and let's just say the percentage is super small, let's take a look at that. I want people that are coming that assimilate, that want to contribute to society. We have to look at the data. This isn't about you guys are Islamophobia. No. These are people that have families and kids that want to make sure their kids are protected to go outside. Whatever place you come in from, if you're causing this, shut it down. Don't take another single migrant coming in from that country at all whatsoever because you don't have to. Data reveals everything. And the one thing you notice with people like Keir Starmer, they're frightened of data. You have no idea how many times you can't pull up any data. You can't. You know, in America, we can pull up some data. You can't even pull up the data. They don't track the data to pull it. Why are you not tracking the data? What are you hiding?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to know the data? So I'm glad this guy did this.
And they
I hope
bought
there's
certain
more of it.
shit
I'm
in
glad
England
a
for
guy
UK.
like Elon Musk all the way at the top is pushing even more for it. On July 1st, we're hosting a webinar specifically for fathers. And this is
Not,
the
like you said, you don't hear a
250,000
lot of it on regular media, period. Like I said, they're ignoring that. They're ignoring fucking, oh my God, Fauci. They're ignoring that. They're completely ignoring that the strait has actually been open and their current price of a barrel of oil. Come on. Come on. Hang on, it's being fucking retarded. All right, why is that not loading? Maybe it's just a computer. Oh. All right, let's find out. That's mortgages. $70 a barrel. It's down $2.50 since this morning. $2. Now the oil is for less than it is before the war started. They don't want you to know that. But by God, you got to know they're arresting people in New York, not New York, DC, or they're not arresting people in DC.
The number that you're saying is higher than 250,000. Who gave that number? Where did that number come from? Because one thing I know about UK is they don't track this data. So they don't track and they put it as Asian and people can't really qualify it. Where did you get that number from?
You're quite right. Well, it's an estimate from what we've seen and the inquiry we've done. But you're quite right. They call them Asian grooming gangs, and we point out on X. And I should say we all owe Elon Musk a huge vote of thanks, Patrick, for buying Twitter and turning it into a free speech platform. And that has given a lot of protections to the British people, because otherwise, I suspect, as we're seeing, things would be suppressed. But the answer is they call them Asian grooming gangs. We point out that, you know, Japan is in Asia, and this is not a Japanese issue.
If you really
It's
want to
not.
be technical about it, Pakistanis are Asian. But let's be real. Let's be real. Break it down. Break it down to where the biggest number actually makes sense.
An issue from most parts of Asia, but it is an issue from certain parts of Asia. But to call them Asian grooming gangs is a misnomer. And it's wrong, but it shows you how devious these people are and how they just don't want to address the truth. And, you know, our estimate is very conservative. It's probably many more than 250,000, but that is a figure that we think is on balance of what we've seen, a minimum. And also the places that we have put in our report that it's happening is also conservative, because every time we put a list, we get people from other parts of the country saying it's happening in my area. But unless we've got definitive proof of it, we haven't put it in the report. So look, I mean, it's very widespread, and I think it's, you know, it does need to be discussed over here. It's been happening here, and people need to be punished.
Why targeting white girls? Why is it that specifically
What's
targeting
English?
white girls? Is it something that they believe in, that's in their scripture, in their Quran? Why are they mainly targeting white girls?
Well, if you read the report where we do go into the reasons why we think it's happening, it's because white girls tend to not cover themselves. I think, you know, it goes to Islam's view of other peoples and other religions, the infidel. If you read it, it's all in the report there.
You want me to read it to the audience? Because I have it right in front of me. I just was wanting to see if you want to
read it to them, Patrick. It's in there.
I'll read it to them. So it says, white girls show the curves of their bodies, so they are asking for it. They should be raped as punishment for not obeying Allah. Kafir, non-Muslims, girls are worthless. This is what it's saying in the report. Sex with a kafir girl doesn't count as adultery. Only sex with a Muslim woman counts as adultery. If you're not a virgin before marriage, you should be beaten. Many times I was told that the Quran says, if one of your wives disobeys you, beat her. And I can go on. This is disturbing to see this, to read this. The question becomes, what would happen, Rupert, if they committed the same crime in a Muslim majority country? What would happen in Pakistan if they did this to another Muslim girl?
They would be executed, Patrick, if they did it to one of their own in Pakistan. Yeah.
So they would be executed in their own country. So they leave. So they rape other white girls in UK where they won't be executed. Will they even go to jail for doing this?
Probably not.
Well, a lot of them, of course, haven't gone to jail because, as you've seen, and to your point on the police, they were actually, one girl said she was regularly at police nights where the police officers got involved in raping girls. So, look, this is a pervasive evil, and the answer to your question is if the guardians of justice aren't doing their job, then it grows. And I think you've got to also look at their concept of, they're very clannish as a people, and they will defend their clan above everything else. So I think that's more important to them. And as you can see from the report, it's not wrong to lie if it's protecting your kind. I mean, we've gone into quite a lot of detail on what we consider to be the root causes, and we were hoping to stimulate debate, but nobody seems to want to have the debate over here. So it's fantastic that you're all taking interest in the US, and hopefully with some pressure from all of you, we can force the debate over here too.
Let me ask you, if there was 3 names of people you would want to debate on this topic that fully disagree with you, who would those 3 names be? If we can moderate it and host it.
Well, I think the person, the expert we had, Ayan Hirsi Ali, is a fantastic lady. She appeared at the hearing. She explained a lot of the reasons why it's happening. I don't really have 3 people who I would want to debate. There's a chap in America who's very close to Nigel Farage who attacks us all the time. Is he called Hassan or something?
Hassan Piker?
Mehdi Hassan? Not Mehdi Hassan. No, you're thinking someone else.
There's somebody who attacks us on a regular basis.
Hassan Piker?
But look, I mean, I just like to have a frank debate with anybody who will listen. And I was supposed to be speaking in Parliament about another issue today, which
Hassan Piker, the young
involves puberty blockers for young children. And again, this is all part of this malign ideology here, which is just wrong, Patrick. And you know, we had this Tavistock Center, which was doing all these experiments on young people who, in you know, very often sort of people don't know about their sexuality until they have had a chance to sort of grow up properly. And the puberty blocker debate is on. It happened to just fall while we were doing this podcast. So
I can see why they would want puberty blockers, because they said that they typically go and get the girls that are 8 to 12 years old. It's fucking wild. It's fucking wild.
Having agreed to do it, I've done the podcast.
Fathers, one of the most powerful quotes I ever heard was the father.
And it was a huge fucking cover-up. But they wanted to be all crybaby. I can't really say crybaby.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody.
They put so much into telling you that Epstein was bad. We need to get these victims and they let us say their names. Victims gave names. Nothing happened. They lose their election. They stopped caring. You notice that? Since they lost their elections, they don't bring it up as much as they used to. Thomas Massey almost rarely brings up Epstein list now, unless he's trying to get bonus points. This can happen here. Who's to say it's not? Because they're going after 8 to 12-year-olds, and they tend to keep it quiet because they're being groomed. Who's to say it's not happening here?
What matters is that you worship a terrorist who is a warlord, a pedophile, and Islam is a terrorist organization.
Yeah,
not a
you're
religion.
not educated
Not a
about
religion. I'm very educated on this subject.
No, because you're obviously not.
You need to leave. You're not welcome here.
That's the thing that bothers me about some of these people that have a hard time respecting America. I don't mind if you do the Allah Akbar, but if you don't be over here acting like the Allah Akbar is ahead of Christianity. You're only here because it's a Christian nation and we allow you to be free. Let me ask you something. Have you ever Googled your own name?
Yes.
Do it sometimes. You'll be shocked. Protect your
I
privacy.
love Googling my own name because there's a lot more famous people that come up first. A lot.
Today, it's this lady. It's one of those same things like the lady at the playground that said the N-word to the kid and then she raised $1 million. I think white people are sick of people trying to tell them how they should think, what they should do in a country that was founded by people that mostly look like them. Everybody else can be tribal except white people. And when white people become tribal, everybody call them a racist. Now, I don't think that it is good for a person to blindly be prejudiced against other people. I think it's ignorant. But I think in some of these cases, you have people that are fed up and they're sick of it. And they feel like they're getting pressured into being somebody they can't be and overtaken by people that don't even love this country. Now, I'm not saying that's the case. These young women who she's talking to could be decent folk. They just happen to be Muslim. They happen to be some Muslims.
I mean, the word is that they actually go out and antagonize things like this to happen. Then they record it so they can play victim.
Okay? That don't mean you bad because you're a Muslim. But in this situation, this lady decided to air her frustration. Now, let's put this in perspective. Pull up the clip. We don't know how this started. Obviously, something has happened before this video clip because somebody pulled out a camera and started recording the person mid-sentence. So you know something had to happen. The lady ain't walking around Walmart with a body camera on. Something happened and they start recording. So I don't know what led this white lady to say what she said, but here it go. Roll it.
Out of here. You're really not welcome in this state or this country.
You are wearing scrubs. You work with
it
people.
Doesn't matter. What matters is that you worship.
Yo, is she single? Can we have more than one wife in this country?
A terrorist who is a warlord, a pedophile, and Islam is a terrorist organization.
Yeah,
not a
you're
religion.
not educated
Not a
about
religion. I'm very educated on this subject.
No, because you're obviously not.
You need to leave. You're not welcome here.
We are
This
welcome
is not
here.
a Muslim country. This is a Christian country. And
Stop
you need
looking
to leave.
at her like that, please.
You need to leave.
Hey, yo,
You need to leave.
You're not
yo,
welcome here.
We
want
have
my baby
citizens
mama?
here.
You need to leave. You need to go back to your Islamic country where you came from. Okay?
No.
Everybody's aware of why you're here.
No.
Okay, so don't think that we don't know, and don't think you're gonna get away with it.
I'm pretty sure we're kind people, but you're not being kind, so you can get out of here. You're not welcome.
I would love to interview this lady.
I would
If y'all
love
know
to.
this lady, somebody knows I know
Yeah,
she
me
lost her
too.
job. They said, look, we don't agree with none of her opinions. But what I will say is that a lot of what she said is true. I think she's entitled to her to freedom for her to say what she want to say. Now, if you wearing your business attire, you're subject to getting fired. That's a rhyme. Your business attire, you're subject to getting fired. Don't do things of your own personal volition with your work stuff on. If you running around with an Officer Tatum polo on and you say something crazy that make me look bad, I'm gonna have to take action against you.
Oh.
It ain't about freedom of speech when you're wearing your stuff. Take your Officer
100%
Tatum polo off, and you can
believe
say
she
whatever you
speaks
want to say. It
Spanish.
got nothing to do with me. You want to get crazy, you get crazy. Don't be disrespectful to people, because then I'll fire you over that. But take your stuff off if you're gonna be saying that. Now, I really wonder, that's why I want to interview her, is like, how did this start? I know this lady wasn't just walking down the aisle, she go, your people don't belong here no more. I bet they got into a confrontation and they hurled some things at her, and she started saying stuff back, and they recorded her, and they were nice and make her look bad.
Right.
All right, anyway, here's I think a GoFundMe. No, this is Crowder's take. Steven Crowder. Play Steven Crowder's take on this, because I thought Steven Crowder had a good observation.
I chose between Crowder and fucking Tatum's. Now it looks like I'm going to get both. That's fucking funny.
Because
That's
I
how you
agree
know
with
I
him.
watch some of this shit as we're watching it together.
I think 99% of the things she said was true. However, her delivery was not the appropriate delivery, in my opinion. Roll the clip.
When she says they don't worship Muhammad, they would say. They would say they venerate Muhammad, right? They only worship God. Technicality. Warlord, yes. Pedophile, yes. Terroristic,
yes.
Well, certainly the bulk of global terrorism, and it's supported by hundreds of millions of Muslims. And when she says you need to go back to your, here's a way that could have been said appropriately where you wouldn't be outraged, but the left still would.
Well, I actually saw the Crowder one. And I don't want to look like I show too much Crowder, because I like him. I also hate Officer Tatum, so you kind of know I got to get that mix. Kind of like I don't like JD DeLay, but he nailed it yesterday.
The way that you're acting, the way that you're dressing, the way that you're approaching people is not in line with our customs in this country. This is not an Islamic country. This is a Christian country. This is a free Western Christian country. And you need to know that that's actually not acceptable here. The way you are talking, the way you are acting, the way you are dressing makes everybody uncomfortable, just as it would if I were dressed this way in your country. And if that bothers you, then I would suggest going back to the Islamic country that you maybe prefer. Otherwise, you need to assimilate. You need to assimilate and be better neighbors. And then we still have a problem with the root of your religion, because it's very comparable to other cults that, by the way, we have outright rejected. She could have said it that way. That would have been correct. It shouldn't be required.
You like the smell of marijuana.
I think he's going to go on and say it shouldn't be required to do all that. But she did say what she said. Now, let me put this in perspective. Here, look at the GoFundMe. She out here running it up. Can somebody check the recent numbers on the GoFundMe? Because I think this is from a little bit ago. So she put $250,000 in her GoFundMe, and she's already to $183,000. I got to say some racist stuff online to get me some money.
Me too.
God dang. She said that, but it
all you got to do is say racist shit online, and you can just, bro, I should be a millionaire by now. Let me get a Give Send Go. Let me start up a Give Send Go. Give Send Go.
$200,000. That's more than she making a year. I don't know where she live at. Yeah, that's in Texas. She ain't. I don't think she make it $250 a year.
She has a massage
I
there.
think she was working at a massage place. So and she ain't. She running it. $250,000 a year. She didn't came up. She don't need that job no more. She gonna get another job, reinvent herself.
Church.
But I want to make this very clear to everybody that's watching this. It's at 190 now, so she went up a little bit. I want to make this very clear. This is not a multi-religious country. This is a Christian nation.
Oh, she's up to
We
219
allow
right
you,
now.
because we're Christians and we're open-minded and we're peaceful people, we allow you to do your own religion in our country. This is a Christian nation. You cannot do this in Muslim nations.
No. Oh God, no.
Everybody doing what they want to do. That don't
You'll be
exist. That's why
executed.
y'all over here with the Allah Akbar on. Because you can't be over, you don't want to be over there. You want to be over here where you can be free and wear the Allah Akbar and halfway do it. Y'all want to halfway play religion. That's the thing that bothers me about some of these people that have a hard time respecting America. I don't mind if you do the Allah Akbar, but if you don't be over here acting like the Allah Akbar is ahead of Christianity. You're only here because it's a Christian nation and we allow you to be free. Because half of y'all ain't even practicing the thing anyway. You want to come over here and do a Christian version of Allah Akbar. You want to come over here and girl, you only covering up the forehead and the cheekbone.
Some Muslims less.
Over where you from, they like this. They can't even see nothing.
They're
They
ninjas.
got you over here like this and then put a sheet over the eyes right here.
Oh yeah,
They
that
put
was
a
kind of
sheet
weird.
over this part and you got all this covered up in that thick cloth, sweating like cats and dogs. And you want to come over here and disrespect us. And you want to do a half-baked Allah Akbar. Y'all be over here drinking and everything.
Which is
getting divorced and everything.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be drinking.
Y'all silly, man. That's the thing that bothers me. They come over here. Our religion is Muhammad.
Bro, is he doing the fucking cat? You asshole.
Muhammad. Okay, live the whole thing like they do over in them other countries. Oh, you don't want to do that?
No.
Some of y'all over here gay Muslims.
Whoa, which is
gay.
Yeah.
Women be driving and everything.
Yeah.
Get married 2 or 3 times.
Walking next to your husband. Yeah, you need to get behind us. 4 feet, 5 feet. Yeah. Yep.
Kids out of wedlock. Y'all are here playing like you Christians be playing church over here. Y'all be playing Muslim over here. And then be over here acting like y'all stuff better than ours. Shut up. Go back over there and play Muslim and see if you want to. You're gonna be on somebody's porch. Well, your head gonna be on somebody's porch. I don't know where your body gonna be. Your head gonna be on the porch. Or it's gonna be
allegedly Minecraft.
Hanging up somewhere. I don't know why y'all don't go live over there. Like, if I was so religiously...
Yeah, shut up. Yo, what if... Oh, I think that was it. No, what the hell just happened?
What matters is that you worship a terrorist.
Oh, okay, that was it. Why did I stop it there? All right, sorry, I got one more. Yeah. So, but with that being said, like, they don't want you to be assimilated, right? They don't want to assimilate, but they want you to assimilate to them. And that's, Jesus, it's like a cancer. Once you let it spread, it's going to keep going and going and going. And if you don't fucking try to treat it, it's going to be too late. And now I'm starting to think of places like Michigan, Frisco, Texas. That was one of the cities I was looking for. New York City. Who else is starting to get socialist Islamic people? It's all around the country. And a lot of them aren't even born here. Like I said, if we have these same fucking groups over here that they do over in the UK, who's covering it up? Because you don't want to be Islamophobic. They'll cancel the fuck out of you. by God, we won't bring it up. And what's even worse, that's why all these liberal kids stop. That's why these liberal kids are getting fucked up. Because they're made to believe, oh, we can't be racist. Sit down. We can't be racist. They're just here trying to get a better life. Because they had it so hard over there in Islam world. Fuck out of here. Now from
thank you, Mr.
God damn it, I did it again.
What matters is that you worship a.
Welcome back to the channel.
All right, I'm gonna let this play real quick. This is the same guy that was talking about signal chats in New Jersey, tracking down the local Antifa group. I guess it was Antifa. And now I believe he's going to do this in New York City. I'll be right back. Let me start this real quick.
Hello everybody, I have once again infiltrated Antifa signal chats, this time in New York. As you all very well know, Donald Trump is surging ICE in New York City amid the World Cup. Zohran Mamdani, the mayor of New York City, has made it illegal for ICE to operate on city property.
We certainly were clear about our disagreements in the room, and the mayor-elect made clear that we uphold sanctuary laws in our city and all immigrants will be safe in our city. We also made very clear that we feel there has been inhumane raids just this week. So it will be a future conversation with the president, but we again grounded in an overall desire and the acknowledgement that our sanctuary city laws allow cooperation in extreme violent felony cases. And that is something where I think we have alignment.
Which is hilarious because that's illegal. Federal law enforcement have jurisdiction everywhere in the United States. Regardless, what these Antifa militants are doing is the same thing they were doing in Minnesota when I broke that story.
White Chevy Silverado with the newly changed plates with the coexist sticker on the back. We're on Irving and Lake Street going north on Irving. We seem to be the only commuters following. Just wanted to give an update on our location.
Thank you. Do you have anyone in the car with you?
Yes, I do.
Lovely. Thank you.
And we are getting a photo sent to the chat for confirmation.
This is John 612. That we are at Grand and Lake. We're heading toward Irving. We can try and join you.
Yo, so
Thank you, John 612.
Hey, this is Lokito. I'm getting some messages from the WhatsApp group that they're driving around on 28, 29th, Pleasant and Pillsbury Avenue. If you want to swing by there first, I'm making my way down that way as well. I am on Lake and Park.
I'll relay.
I was muted. I was fucking muted, huh? God damn it.
The Spanish chat, or sorry, relay to the Uptown Whittier.
Oh, tired.
Thanks, sir.
That Ford just Gray Ford just last on the car.
We're not ICE.
That's what I meant to say. He's got people that infiltrated the fucking signal chats in Minneapolis, New Jersey, New York. I'm kind of curious if he's got, I think he might have Seattle or Portland. Maybe I'll go back and check.
Why are you guys following us? And they leave like right when we get out of the car. We're not ICE. We're not ICE. We're following them because they were following us.
No? You look suspicious as fuck. Are you?
Wait, so should people follow and harass any suspicious looking person? Why are you guys following us? We're not ICE.
No, not ICE? Not in a nice vehicle, right?
No,
Right, get in your truck and get the fuck out.
Why?
Because you need to go. Confirmed ICE.
We're not ICE.
Yes, these are the people that you're abducting. Get out.
We're not, because we're being followed. They're following us, and they came up. We didn't even know they were following us until they came up and said, "We've been following you, reporter." Okay, go report something. Okay. Go to the airport. We don't want people following us.
Oh shit!
And hurting us when we get home. They're not gonna hurt you. They're gonna stay right behind you.
The fucking orange hat.
All the way back to where we're staying, right?
Holy
yeah, no, we don't
shit.
want that.
Why? We're Americans. Why are
You
we
weren't
being forced out of a
that.
neighborhood? We're reporters.
We have Americans being detained.
No, we don't.
We're not detaining anybody.
People who are claiming to be federal agents.
We're
right?
not claiming that.
So you can tell we're a little bit on edge.
That's fine, but it doesn't give you the right to run people out of town.
Yeah, so why are you here, though? I mean,
We're
Are you
reporters.
going to join the protest against ICE?
We are reporters.
I'm curious, like, if I went up some of these areas like this, do you think they would think I was a Fed? You think they would think I was a Fed? Well, fuck, I have my own way of walking and posture, which would make them think either Fed or military, which I can be like, yeah, I'm a vet, bro. I'm a vet. And I look like a hippie, so yeah, maybe I could infiltrate. But then the way I talk, it would definitely give it away. But I can. I do have some skeletons I can say that, most of them I already brought out. But to them, they're going to like, oh, this guy really hates I hate the government, so it works out. It works out. I have plenty of posts talking bad about the government. I got this, bro. I got this.
You're reporters with who?
I'm an independent journalist. I sell my footage.
What's your handle?
What's my handle?
Yeah.
I sell my footage.
Really? Yeah, you're pretty established.
I sell my
Where are your press credentials?
I have them in my pocket. I showed them.
You have press credentials?
Yes, they're in my pocket. 1 second.
Dude, this shit reminded me of RoboCop 3. It.
They are logging the license plate numbers of federal law enforcement agents and stalking and impeding them. They follow them around, they get in their way, they prevent them from doing their job as immigration enforcement officers. They log every incident involving an ICE agent or a Border Patrol agent, etc., in a database that they've built, along with the license plate numbers of those agents. Now, it might surprise you with me at large that many of the people in these signal chats, of over 1,000 people by the way, were using their real names and profile pictures of their faces. In a normal world, this would also surprise you. Many of them were public servants. Like our friend here, Gail Jayton. She's an English teacher at the Bronx High School of Science, but she's also an activist. She protested with BLM, for the Palestinians. And what about Alejandro Montoya, also using his real name and his real face on Signal? See, he's interesting because he is the regional superintendent of operations at Uncommon Schools, a charter school throughout New York City. Another educator. It gets even more interesting. Kazi Tajwar. He's a Bangladeshi immigrant, and he's also a commission member for the New York City Gender Equity Commission. Looks like he used to lobby for US Bangladesh policy, and was again on Signal using his real name and his real face. This one's interesting. Sarah Amar. She used to work for CARE, which is the Council for American Islamic Relations. It's a designated terrorist organization in Florida, Texas, and the United Arab Emirates. She left CARE and started working as a communications and constituent manager at the New York State Assembly, another public servant. She graduated from Adelphi University with a 3.75 GPA and appears regularly in photos with professors. She also got her master's at Brown University. Once again, using her real name and real photo on Signal. In the group chat where they planned the insurrection. This is just the first drop, guys. There are many more to come. There were a plethora of other people using their real names and real photos in this Signal chat of over 1,000 people. And in fact, after we dropped this on Twitter, Many of the people who I named changed their usernames on Signal. Alejandro Montoya changed his username to Ale. Too little, too late, Alejandro. You're cooked. Let this be a lesson to communist Antifa militants. I will find you, I will plaster your face all over social media, and I will prevent you from staging an insurrection against my country. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment what you thought of this down below.
That guy works for, obviously, donations, but I'm pretty sure Turning Point pays him. I'm pretty sure James O'Keefe pays this guy. He's pretty good at finding people. He's like Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley's another one. Works off donations. But then you can have places like California that if you do investigative journalism like this on any official, it's illegal. Called the Stop Nick Shirley Act. Why would it be illegal for a private citizen to conduct investigative journalism? Because they will talk and they will tell you the truth because they have that false sense of security. If it didn't have investigative journalism in the state of California, no one's going to get in trouble for any fraud, waste, abuse, sexual abuse, all that kind of shit. And, no, let me not get that one wrong, because there was a teacher that was participating in gang violence. But I don't think that had anything to do with Antifa or any of them. They have these signal chats. They have the ability to find these people. They have their identities. What are you guys doing, DOJ? What are you guys doing, FBI? Nothing. Nothing. Doesn't matter. But anyway, let me get off that. It is disgusting. And it's very un-American. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of 18 and above. Yeah, we did talk some topics that most people don't want to hear but need to hear. That's why I don't believe in trigger warnings. I don't. But I thought I'd just give one up. That stuff needs to be talked about with those UK grooming gangs. I think that's what they call them. It's fucking ridiculous. And you know they hid it for so long. I think 30 or 40 fucking years over in the UK. They're doing it here. They're doing it here. You want to know why? How many people have been arrested for the Epstein files? How many people have concrete proof that they did something negative? Pictures, videos. What's up with that? But I'm not telling you how to think, because then you would sound like a conspiracy theorist who is right. Is right. But I am telling you to think. So go ahead, flourish into the rest of the world. You don't have to go home. Can't stay here. Keep taking. I like how it makes that bit of a thing. I like it.